bitch, make it hot. You got me on fire. Love the way you got that attitude. Be something you not. She suck that dick, she keep it delicate. Dick gon' make you.
Alright, man, time to be nosy. Something going on with Chris. Shut this up. Hold on. Yeah. Something going on with AMP Chris, man. Let's see. Let's get the tea.
I'm telling you, bro. They be trying, bro. They be put, bro. People.
We love you.
Is he smoking weed?
Thank
Is he serious? What the hell going on?
you for everything.
They say I don't stream. Bro.
420 fixes, bro.
They say all that, bro. They say I don't do nothing. I fuck 'em.
Don't apologize to us, gang. You don't do shit.
Hey, real shit. Oh, fuck 'em. Call them TikTok.
Take a nice hike somewhere in the mountains, G.
Oh, dead ass, bro. All of them.
You did more than enough.
Yeah, this is why everyone shouldn't be streaming. So to give some context on the clip that you just watched,
what's going on, man? What the hell going on, man? No way. No way, yo. And Chris, one of my favorite AMP members. I like his style, nigga. I like his creativity. You gotta admire it.
Chris next door. And if you're watching this video, you
Hey, Supreme. Underground like I'm UGK, but I'm Supreme.
probably already know who he is, I'm gonna be honest. And I believe he started around September 18th, but essentially Chris has been doing a marathon for his stream. For those who don't know what a stream marathon is, I mean, it is pretty self-explanatory. Essentially, you don't stop streaming until you complete a certain thing. It's a little bit different from a subathon where when the time runs out, you can end streaming. With a marathon, you have to keep streaming until you complete this certain thing. And what Chris set out to do was essentially prove the AMP community wrong that he's the worst gamer by streaming non-stop until he completes 6 games.
I'm not.
Like ass.
You're not good at board games?
6 games? He gotta complete 6 games? Oh man.
But you didn't even try. You didn't even see what
Bro, I played with you in the past Fortnite, 2K, and every other game that we play together, bro. You're f***ing garbage at it. Green! You see that? That's greatness.
I'll do it myself.
W promo.
Is here, and this
I didn't even know Chris was on a marathon. Call of Duty. What's getting over it? The Last of Us, Skyrim, Super Mario, and Black Myth.
Six pretty hard games. Like Black Myth Wukong is one of those games, and if you are a subscriber of this channel, yeah, that game is hard as fuck, especially for a new gamer. And I need to remind y'all, the clip you guys just saw was from Chris's stream 614 hours into it.
Damn.
To the dot, if I'm being honest.
Damn. 600 hours of streaming. Hey man, not gonna lie, I gotta listen. I have the longest I think I've streamed is like 12, bro. Maybe like 10. I gotta get into I'm gonna warm up. I think I'm gonna do another. Eventually, I'm gonna do another 12. Then I'm gonna do a 24, and then I might do a 48. 600 is OD. I'm an amateur. I ain't ready for all that. I ain't ready for all that. I ain't gonna lie.
Honest with you, and if we do our quick math, 614 divided by 24, that is 25 and a half in a little
Damn, this nigga been streaming
non-stop.
This nigga been streaming all month. They say he started on September. Yeah, so like damn.
25 straight days of streaming non-stop. That is crazy. So Chris had this vulnerable moment on stream where he started crying, he started breaking down, where he expressed some of his frustrations when it comes to essentially his public perception. Like, he feels as if the internet believes that he's not doing anything, he's not contributing anything to AMP. And Agent, being the W mans he is, got a hold of this clip and reacted on stream, and this is what he had to say.
This nigga has challenged himself to beat a whole slew of tough games to prove to himself.
Okay, he was he was working through that motherfucker. Call of Duty. Then he got The Last of Us. I can't see what that game is. Mario. Next was this Wukong game.
He could play. He beat COD on veteran. Nigga beat The Last of Us. He beat Skyrim. That's not an easy game.
Oh,
Mario
Skyrim.
64. And he's on Wukong. You can't even change the difficulty on that game. And he's still making progress. Like, the fact that niggas feel like they can clown him for that is crazy. So, but the problem is once you get a lot of that, he'll break down. This is a breakdown right here. This is a breakdown. And unfortunately, chat, this is actually the reality of being a streamer. If you have 3 breakdowns that someone remembers, you are now painted as an emotional person. And no cap, people start to take you less seriously.
So there is honestly a lot.
It's the weed. It's the weed. Listen, hold on. And I know a lot of y'all just started laughing when I say this, but I'm being dead ass. Bro, I ain't even gonna lie. A majority of the people that I know who smoke weed, bro, they kind of like, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like they sometimes have these moments to where they get too sensitive. They get a little sensitive. It's really hard to explain. You gotta be like, number one, you gotta be somebody sober, and then like you gotta hang around people who smoke weed, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
To talk about the situation from a bigger lens, because I think this is a situation that speaks on the unhealthy streaming culture that exists specifically on Twitch, but also people's expectations when it comes to their favorite content creators nowadays. I do think the line now between a celebrity and a content creator is blurred. I do think certain content creators are so popular.
Hold up. In public, rather go private. I gotta figure out a solution. With this. You ain't going nowhere. On my mama, nigga. But I literally got my light like duct tape to the wall. Oh no, it ain't even the wall, nigga. It's the window. I got my light duct. Somebody stole the stand that went to my light, bro. So I literally had to take it and just duct tape it on the wall. But I mean, it's working out so far.
That they are full-fledged celebrities. And in my eyes, I don't think Chris is one of those people, but the trickle-down effect of essentially dehumanizing your favorite content creators, because to you, they're just a form of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I do think that's a problem. Now, this is a problem beyond the content creator realm. I delve into the NBA space a lot, and that's a very big problem when it comes to athletes. But content creators definitely experience this as well. I know it's so easy to just say, oh, why are you getting mad over text on the screen? But we are humans interacting with other humans on the internet. That may just be user 123 on your screen, but
bro, you gotta understand, bro, with the internet, bro, you gotta take the good with the bad. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The internet, yeah, you could blow up, you can make a bunch of money, you could be famous, you can get a lot of notoriety. But at the same time, nigga, it's toxic. You can get a bunch of hate, a bunch of slander, dehumanization, people trolling, people not caring about sensitive subjects. So, bro, you gotta take the good. You gotta take the good with the bad, bro. I tell people all the time with the internet, bro. You gotta have thick skin. I don't think it's for people who are sensitive. Like, it's not for people who wear their heart on their sleeve, because that stuff will get to you. And the thing about it, these little motherfuckers behind these screens, they ain't got no remorse. They don't give a damn. People pop up in my comments all the time, talking crazy. And I mean, like I said, you got to take the good with the bad.
You know that that's an actual person saying these things to you. And one of the biggest adjustments that I personally had to make when I started off my content creation journey was having thick skin. Listen, some of y'all may be making videos on the side and you may get a mean comment here and there, but for us full-time people that do this for a living on a regular basis, there is a lot of mean and hateful comments out there that I just don't know if you guys can even grasp unless you're in our position. Imagine going on Instagram, checking your notifications, and you see 400, 500 different hate comments.
Matter of fact, I think I remember, I think Kai had a moment one time where I think he ended stream, bro. He literally had a breakdown mid-stream. I think Duke dropped a video, over some comments, or people had opinions on him. He recently, this may have been like a few weeks ago, he dropped the video.
Like, this ain't some crazy shit that you know.
So it definitely is normal.
For a fact, you wouldn't say in person. And I think this is uniquely interesting to Chris because for those who don't know Chris's background when it comes to content creation, it did not come from him wanting to be a front-facing content creator from the start. Chris started off as AMP's main editor, which is also why people saying Chris doesn't do anything for AMP is crazy. One of the biggest reasons as to why AMP became what it is right now is because of their crazy YouTube videos that, you know, they don't post as regularly anymore, but Chris was their lead editor. He provided them a very unique editing style that aided the brand to be what it is. So for a fact, AMP would not be where it is without Chris. But nevertheless, my point is Chris is not a guy used to being in front of the camera to this extent, especially to the point of streaming non-stop 24/7. For I believe right now, I was just on his Twitch. He is now on day 29. And when
God dog. Whoo. Hey, eventually, I'm gonna take on the challenge. Eventually, I'm gonna take on the challenge on my mama. Hey, it's not gonna be no time soon, but I'm gonna take on the challenge. And nigga, we gonna lock in, and we gonna stream for a whole motherfucking month.
I mean non-stop. This is Chris's Twitch channel right now. He's literally just sleeping. Like, he's not even on the screen. The timer's still going on. I don't know what he's watching. I may be getting copyright claim for this, but this is what he's doing. The main thing I do want to talk about in this video, and I think it is encompassed by what Chris is doing, is the unhealthy streaming culture that's going on nowadays. For those who aren't really tapped in,
is it basically, these niggas basically sleep stream? Is that what it is? You don't never cut it off, but you ain't got to be like doing something all the time.
A really big meta, specifically this year, of Twitch streamers doing marathons. And there's definitely levels to it, and what Chris is doing is on the extreme side of things. But for example, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero just came out last week, and friend of the show, TSO Sage, did a marathon stream where he finished the story mode, and he didn't stop until he finished the story mode. Another really big case of this was Fades' subathon of September. Essentially in September, they didn't stop streaming the whole month, even when they were asleep. And that was a whole content house doing this. When Kai broke the sub, he streamed non-stop in February. When Iron Mouse broke the record, she was streaming non-stop as well. And even some of the sleepover streams, when Drewski and Kevin Hart went on Kai's stream and they streamed.
Yo, I think this has got to be one of the greatest streams of all time. This had me rolling start to finish, bro. Shout out Kai, man.
That's a pretty extreme stream. Listen, I get the appeal of marathons. You're doing this big event, you're streaming nonstop, you're doing content nonstop. It is entertaining. But there's so many downsides to it as a creator that y'all just don't think about, because again, for y'all, it's just clicking on a
Getting 8 ads every 20 minutes is actually diabolical. Meet Pi,
diabolical,
the ad blocker that actually works on Twitch.
Stream and watching content for a couple minutes or a couple hours. That's not the case for the creator. They have to keep creating content. For one, you lose a lot of your privacy. The internet is already as parasocial as ever, and doing a marathon stream where you don't cut the stream for as much as possible, you lose damn near all of your privacy.
28 days, chat. 28 days, no privacy.
Seeing that.
Cameras on at all time. This has been the hardest thing of my life, and I'm glad I did it. I said I was gonna do something. We said we was gonna do something, and we did it. We did it. We did it, bro. We said we gonna do it. This is hard work. I'm tired.
'Cause I be getting manicures. I can see it. I can see it. You know what? People think I get manicures, but I don't. But I don't.
Bro.
Like, I was literally taking showers on
Hey,
when I was doing sub-
hey.
And I don't know about y'all, but losing my privacy for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time would literally drive me crazy. And that's not even, oh, I'm afraid to get.
But I don't think so though. It's the job, bro. It's the job, and like if it's something that you really love doing, I don't think people lose their mind doing that, bro. You know what? I'm outside looking in, so let me not get ahead of myself. Let me not get ahead of myself.
Cancel type of thing, that's just human nature to want privacy. Also, specifically for stuff like gaming marathons, you are at your desk a whole lot. Sitting at your desk a whole lot, not getting any sunlight, not moving around. And I know that's rich coming from me, but I also acknowledge that I live a unhealthy lifestyle. It is unhealthy to be sitting at your desk for 8-10 hours at a time in a row, just playing games and going on the internet. That's not healthy. But with the way the internet works, and I swear to God, this happens as well. When I stream, even if I just go to the bathroom for like 5 minutes, views go down. And we all know what a good live stream is, right? Like, a lot of these content creators are still trying to make good content and be good streamers. You can't just hop on a game and not talk to your chat at all. You have to entertain them throughout this whole time.
I was really falling asleep.
Damn.
Put it this way, I do a podcast twice a week that lasts for like 2 to 3 hours, and I'm doing it with co-hosts, so I'm not even yapping the whole time. By the end of those 2 to 3 hours, after we hit end stream, there is like a sigh of relief of, okay, good work, y'all. Like, you know, we put in work tonight. Now imagine a solo creator doing that nonstop for weeks at a time.
Okay. Okay. I can kind of see. I kind of get his point to a certain degree, because like when you stream, you gotta bring a certain level of energy. You gotta, I mean, even when making videos, like, you gotta bring a certain level of energy. You gotta keep people engaged. You gotta stay locked in. You gotta stay down. And yeah, after a while, your energy definitely start depleting. It's more mental than anything.
Is mentally taxing. I am honestly surprised that I don't see streamers breaking down more. And this is something I'm gonna bring up in future videos a lot, and I'll bring it up today because I think it is a true problem. It has its pros and the cons, but the cons definitely show their ass more every single day. The marathon meta is a product of the one-up culture that exists on the internet. To be honest with you, long story short, it's just capitalism, but that's another conversation for another day. As we keep evolving as content creators, it is damn near our duty to figure out how to be different, to figure out how to be better than the last generation of things. And while that inherently produces better content than years past, it also produces more extreme forms of content than years past. And I already thought that with Twitch culture specifically, streaming for 5 to 10 hours straight at a time, 4 to 5 times, maybe even 6 to 7 times a week, was already crazy. Listen, I know another big talking point in 2024 has been the fact that a lot of streamers have been complaining about their job being harder than a 9 to 5. And while I still don't believe that an average streamer is not doing
Fuck no. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because at the end of the day, you get to sit down and you get to do what you love. You get to sit down and play video. You get to sit down and play video games. You get to enjoy talking to people, interacting, and meeting people from different walks of life and all over the world. Nigga, people working at a 9 to 5, they hate that shit because ain't nothing like I work at Amazon. Nigga, ain't nothing fun, ain't nothing entertaining about sitting in a motherfucking building for 10 hours straight on your feet packing boxes. Fuck, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. And people who in the fast food industry who serving burgers out the window, doing that 10 hours a day, day in, day out, week in, week out, bro, no. I'm sorry. I would much rather, bro, if I could, I would much rather be here making content all day, every day.
Doing something harder than what an average 9 to 5 worker is doing. I'm not saying that. I do still think it is important to acknowledge that streaming still isn't as easy as what you think it is. Especially if we're talking about what it means to be a successful full-time streamer. Not a guy or a girl just streaming 2 to 3 times a week for an hour or two. A full-time streamer that does this for a full-time living. And I give y'all all this context to ultimately say not too much on Chris. Because given his background in content creation, given his background in gaming, and what he's trying to set out to do, this is an extremely difficult task. Now, no one ever forced him to do a
I'm gonna start.
marathon like
You know
this,
what?
but you gotta commend him.
I think I'm gonna start checking out some of Chris streams. Honestly, I ain't never tuned in before, but I'm definitely finna start.
For trying to do something really difficult, trying to prove that he can also be a successful streamer within AMP. But what I also want to add to that last point though is that I feel like a lot of content creators are forcing themselves to be streamers. Listen, I know some of the most poppin' content creators right now are the Kaisenats, the iShowSpeeds, even lately the Phases of the world, the Aiden Rosses of the world. Even if you're in like the right space, the Sneakos of the world, you know, the Fresh and Fits, like those guys are popping. I think a lot of the cool kids on the block are streamers. And I also say this when people try to criticize AMP Davis for not streaming. Not every content creator is meant to be a streamer. It doesn't fit their personality. It doesn't fit their content style. It doesn't fit their work-life balance needs. Like, not everyone needs to be a streamer. And it is specifically harder for Chris because he's in a group full of the most successful streamers in the world. But this idea that Chris and Davis need to force themselves to be a streamer for what? For you? Like, no, if they don't want to do that, if that's not the content they want to do, they shouldn't be forced to do that, internally or externally.
I don't know, sir. They got a lot of brand deals over there. They got a lot of obligations to meet. I'm pretty sure they done signed off on some contracts. So they probably do gotta force themselves to stream. Hey, I mean, am I lying? Like when you get to the top and you become extremely marketable, like you start doing collabs with these different corporations and these different brands, like you do start to have to meet certain obligations. So I don't know. I don't think AMP is just independent anymore. I think they got. I mean, you even seen the little bang symbol in the corner of Chris' stream. That's one of their deals, and so who knows what that contract say.
And what Kai said about AMP recently also backs us up, because he believes that what makes AMP special is the fact that this is a group that has not only conquered streaming, it's also conquered the YouTube space. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Does AMP Chris?
All right, man. Shout out Chris, man. I hope he thug it out, man. He better get the. He better hurry up, beat them games so he can get him some rest, take him some time off. But what's next?
Got a house on the hill, I don't back out. Ain't showing no love, no, not in this season. I'm waiting to bring all my racks out. Now who keeping all of my niggas? Been waiting to shoot up the burner. Caught in my feels, I need some more soda. She loving the pill, her body get warmer. Got her right on top.